You're listening to The Burning Truth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes. I am Matt Burns, and with me, as always,
Hi.
he is my right-hand man, my confidence on the burning truth. He is none other than JB. John Ballor.
The voice of reason.
Yeah. Pretty big.
Well, I like to think. Anyway, hi. Good evening. As you may have noticed, if you're looking around the room while you're listening to us, yes, it's Monday.
In case, if some of you have only just picked up that notice that we are just getting the feed now, you know, you may not have seen the post that was released yesterday. We do apologise for the late minute notice. However, we did end up having to postpone the episode due to multiple commitments, aching bodies, and
busy personal lives,
and possibly a little bit of mental health.
Yeah, that helps as well, definitely, because if you're tired or if you're burnt out, the last thing you should probably do is keep going, keep rolling on. Maybe an extra day makes all the difference.
A day can make a difference.
Indeed.
Now, unfortunately, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have got plenty to talk about, but we need to get one thing out the way first.
And what would that be?
Would you be so kind?
The following programme may contain a man whose mind has gone fundamentally blank at the worst possible moment. It may also contain rants and opinions on pro wrestling events that may not be suitable for listeners of a sensitive disposition or those averse to foul language. It may also contain strobe lighting effects.
And the language and potential discussion, topics may be unsuitable for younger listeners.
Indeed, that I forgot. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All I'll just state is, in regards to, yes, I will stay. We have this introduction every week of the language, and yes, we may not be as bad as what we come across. We know in some episodes we have been very, 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 very coloured. Basically in our.
Essentially, sometimes we're fantastic and we don't use any language that anyone could possibly find offensive, except possibly use of the phrase Baron Corbin, which is sometimes inevitable. And other times we turn the air...
You had to say it, didn't you?
The other times we turn the air bluer than a tin of brilliant blue paint. It depends upon what it is we've had to see and what the wrestling week has thrown at us, to be honest. And yes, I did. And brace yourself, because I'm going to say it again. Baron Corbin.
Anyway, let's move. Let's continue on. Let's just say, yes, that last night there was a pay-per-view of football, by WWE, which is Elimination Chamber, or also known as No Escape in Germany.
Or is it? Because it very conspicuously still said Elimination Chamber in big red letters on the German announce desk.
It will do, but it does just for the visual, but it's actually known as No Escape in Germany.
Yeah, for obvious historical reasons, which we don't need to go into. Correct. But I just find the clash a little bit odd. Obviously, they don't need to put different words on the German announce desk, but leave it blank.
Yeah, at least. maybe.
Anyway, the point that we were making with regards to the language is, of course, because if you listen to last week's show, boy, did we have it in for Super Showdown. I can't speak for my broadcast colleague Matt Burns, but I do not have it in anything like as much for what I consider to be a return to form in the form of Elimination Chamber for WWE as I did for Super Showdown. Mr. Matt Burns, however, I get the feeling by that deep intake of breath, may differ.
For me personally, I thought Elimination Chamber had some highs and it had some lows.
Yes. The thing is, I agree. I think Elimination Chamber had some things which were like, why have you done that? It also had plenty of a return to what you expect from WWE shows, which is, you know what? I wouldn't have necessarily thought of that, but they've done that really well. Mm-hmm. And it built to a lot of WrestleMania moments quite well, potentially. And it was not the fundamental, sorry, why am I watching this again? Disaster from start to end that Super Showdown was.
Although I will just state, I inadvertently may have given WWE an idea on last week's episode.
I believe that I know what you're referring to, but we'll give the big reveal when we get to that particular match, because sometimes we do leave it a week after big shows to give you time to watch it, but I think we've decided that we're going to go through the results now for this one.
Pretty much, because I will state, if you are looking to watch it, please understand, we highly recommend you possibly jump ahead on this episode, potentially, or if necessary, even give it a miss when we do actually start talking about Elimination Chamber. So we'll make Elimination Chamber the final main subject.
It'll be the main event of the broadcast this evening.
Yes.
So yeah, you'll have plenty of time. We'll give you plenty of warning so that you can pause the broadcast and go and spend 6.5 hours, however long the show was, and then come back and finish listening to us when you've seen the show.
Yes.
For the record, it was 3 hours 40. Hey, dramatic exaggeration. It's fun.
Yeah, it's all fun. But anyway, point being is, for me personally, this week has been interesting to say the least, because aside from Elimination Chamber, we've had some wrestling. British wrestling, that is.
Yes, we certainly have. Loads of shows have been going on up and down the country, but specifically, I assume you're referring to the ones you were a part of, Mr. Matt Burns.
Actually, I was going to give shout-outs to Wolfram Pro Wrestling, Runcorn Wrestling Academy, and the Academy Pro Wrestling, who all had shows on Saturday.
Ah, sweet. All three at different parts of the country at the same time, so...
Oh, no. That was 3 different parts. And I was at neither of them.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. Different parts, but at the same time.
I was at the fourth one, which was none other than Pro Wrestling for You.
Indeed so.
Right, which was dubbed Homecoming.
Was it some form of return to an old venue, or...?
The 9-year anniversary.
Good Lord, has it really been that long?
Yeah.
Wow, because I have known the guy who runs the company, I think, for longer than that now. I think he's getting on for 12 years. I'm not sure. I know that the first show I ever went to was in the underground bit, which I think is called the underground, of what was then Liquid in Hanley in Stoke-on-Trent.
You're referring to what used to be known as the venue as Jumping Jacks?
Correct, yes. The show that I went to there
was the second or third show?
No, it wasn't a Pro Wrestling for You show. This was pre-Pro Wrestling for You even existing. This was I can't remember, UKW show, I think?
Oh.
I don't even remember if it was them or if it was not. Yeah.
Yes,
featuring...
it was.
Yes, and that was the first time I met Phil. And Noam Dar, amongst others.
Yes.
You said that like you were there as well. Funnily enough, I remember Noam Dar and I remember Phil. I don't remember you being there.
I actually was.
Well, I don't think I'd met you at that point, so
Oddly.
that
Oddly,
might be why I have no recollection of the
Yeah.
Colossus Matt Burns.
Yeah. Funny. But anyway, point being is, I actually remembered that.
Yeah.
Because if you recall, they actually had like the British entrance near the actual stairs. The actual stairs was the entrance, wasn't it?
Yes, because the changing rooms were upstairs in what was then Liquid.
Yes.
Yeah. What was that like, running around a whole nightclub?
Oh, bloody hell. But then again, that means they've got access to the damn bar.
Yeah, I know.
Envious. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Anyway, the show, I can honestly say, I've seen it from when it first started, which it was at Kiel University.
Oh, the
over
original
18s.
Pro Wrestling for You venue. Yes, I recall.
Yes.
I think I may have gone to the first ever show.
Not sure, because I don't know.
I may have gone to the first ever show. I definitely went to the first one they ever did at the venue in Silverdale.
Oh, that must have been a bit later on. That
was a bit later on. I think I might have gone to the first ever show, but I definitely remember going to the first ever one at Silverdale. Yeah. And I've been a follower of the promotion ever since. But we're meandering. The point is, 9th anniversary show was last weekend. In fact, check that. It was
2 days
Saturday.
ago.
Yes, and Matt Burns was there.
Yes.
Involved. He was a special guest ring announcer. No, I'm kidding. He was more involved than that.
Yeah, my body's screaming at me already for it.
Yeah, but put it this way, you won, right?
Half and half.
Yeah.
You'll see why I mean that in a minute.
Yeah.
All I'll just say to you is, if you want to know the results, I apologise in advance. I'm going to have to talk about it for myself because... You know, it was recorded, the show was. It will be on All Up For to watch on their on-demand service, which they've got their own. And all I will say to you is, my body's aching.
Yes, I can understand. But you had fun, right?
Yeah.
And if you think about it, if you think about all the matches that your tag team took part in, you came out of the night 2-1 up, so...
2-1 up?
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
You've worked out what I mean now, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Take into account, I did have my head bashed off the canvas more than once.
Yes, but overall, for the evening, 2-1 up, that's a win. Take it.
I'll accept that.
Right, so, what else happened? I mean, obviously work into this how you were involved, but 9th anniversary show, they're not exactly known for taking it easy anyway, but I'm guessing they pulled all the stops out for this one.
Definitely. All I'll say to you is, let's say, we had a Jolly Boy outing. We had super athletes.
Wow.
We had...
In the same building. Blimey.
Yes. Against each other, in fact.
The same ring. Good Lord.
Yes. We also had Perfect Paul James with his streak.
What? Has Phil not told him that you're
not
supposed to put your gear on before you
Not
ref?
that sort of streak.
Okay then.
Perfect Paul
Scaring
James,
the children. Seriously.
Perfect Paul James has got a bit of a losing streak. To him, he doesn't like it. He wanted to be restarting again. Oh dear. Nope, that didn't happen. And we also had the Silly Salmon. We also had some crowd singing entrances. And
nice.
Also the locker room.
Yes. I like the way you're doing this. You're giving people plenty of reason to watch when it does come out on the streaming service, but you're not giving any direct results away. Let's keep that up, shall we?
Definitely. We also had multiple champions on the show. We had back and forth. We had chaos. We had, well, let's just say we had someone. We had somebody at the show who was quite dressed up in a suit, thinking he knows how to set the standards of professional wrestling. Or I can't remember what his name was, but to be honest, he was more of a. All I'll just say is he called himself Mr. Troy. He came out with a suit and declared that the entire show was unsafe and was up against the master of the silly salmon. But all I will say to you is, the master of the silly salmon had the most epic entrance of the night.
Really?
Yeah. And bear in mind that my entrance, the Jolly Boy entrance, had us running round like it was, we were on the, part of the, the Eliminator from Gladiators.
What, before you've even started the match?
Yeah.
That's dangerous, isn't it?
Oh, and we also had some gladiator battles as well. On the said show, we also had some kicks to the privates. You can guess who was involved.
Was it you on the receiving end again?
Oh, mate, no, thank you.
Oh, not you this time. Oh, that must be
you.
a blessed relief.
And all I'll say is, it's about time. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, a bit of getting your own back, was it?
I never touched him.
Ref, honest.
No, really, it wasn't me.
Yeah, I believe you, but I wasn't there, so I can't prove it.
All I'll just
we'll
say
have
is,
to wait until the video footage airs on the site.
All I will say is, me and Kelsey, we're in the locker room watching with popcorn in hand.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Aren't you just absolutely terrible?
What do you mean?
Popcorn in hand.
Oh, we had to because it was entertaining. We were taking a page out of the New Day, Big E, and possibly someone from last night on Elimination Chamber.
Oh, really?
Oh, don't you remember?
I'm just trying to think what you might possibly have been. You didn't do.
I wasn't at ringside, I'll say that. I had nothing to do with the kick. We literally weren't. Let's just say miscommunication does actually happen to all great tag teams.
Yes, that's understood.
And that's all
understood.
I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But we also had some heavy fighting and some heavy lines being drawn. So for the next show, I will say, for Pro Wrestling Feud, it is going to be, as the next show was called, Dynamite!
Dynamite, eh?
Pretty much. Dynamite.
Epic, excuse me.
All I'll say to you is, it is absolutely epic. Highly recommend you going to their shows. I'm not going to... I did consider putting out spoilers, but all I will say to you is, if you want to know, check out their social media. I'll be putting up my results of my matches up soon on my social media, but I highly advise you not to check out the results.
Spoilers, people.
Highly avoid them. Watch the show. And I will say, even some of the competitors wrestled more than once.
Well, aren't they just absolute, what's the word I was looking for? People with lots of stamina. I can't think of the word I was going to say. Sod it. Workhorses, that'll do. That wasn't the original word I was going for, but it has the same meaning, so yes.
Stamina
aren't they
for days.
just... So I've been told by many people.
Yeah. But anyway, point being is, absolutely a great show. I'll tell you what, I'll cover it next. I'll cover it on the next episode.
All right, that's cool.
That's how epic it was. That's how epic. I want to cover it because all I'll just say is I just want to talk about what happened, what I was involved with, and one of the most awesome entrances that had everyone in the ring singing it, everyone in the locker room singing it, and the entire crowd singing it.
Yeah, when the whole crowd is into the show that much, fantastic, normally.
Correct. And all I'll just say is, this is a story, and that's it.
Can't possibly say that I know what you mean or join in any way, because I'd spoil it for everyone. So, yeah, move swiftly on. Straight after that, we know up and down, we've had a lot going on with wrestling. UKWA, you may have actually seen a video of, yes, a lot of people are going to be asking questions that, why is it that both me and Kelsey can get on at UK, not at UKWA, but we can get on at Pro Wrestling for You? Well, I think the answer to that is pretty much and pretty simply, at PW for You, you're a tag team with a common goal.
Yeah.
At UKWA, he's a member of the roster and you're the boss, and I don't think he likes that.
But I have to always keep reminding him.
Yes. But I think that's basically it. Not saying for a second that Kelsey doesn't have his own reasons, and I'm sure he would air them at great length if he was here, but he isn't, so I'm just guessing.
Pretty much. But all I will state is, officially, we can state that the UKWA King of the Kingdom has been retired.
Yes, as you will know, if you have been told, as I think Matt Burns just told you about the YouTube video, and if you now are just being told about it, there's a video explaining it on
Pretty
YouTube.
much.
Go watch it, please. Wait. No, come back. We haven't finished it. Go watch it when we finish the broadcast.
Pretty much after.
Yeah,
or if you have to pause us, at least please promise and pinky swear you'll come back.
Hey, right, Matt Burns, hold on. Get the playing cards out. I think we should probably have a couple of games of solitaire while we wait for them to go watch the video.
I was thinking blackjack.
Yeah, but I don't
It's
like
the same
casinos.
game. Near enough.
Yeah.
You didn't notice that, did you? I had to. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I think they're back now. Okay, let's carry on.
All I will say is please gamble responsibly if you are in a casino and everything. Anyway, moving on. Let's just get down to the main event, because as much as we could talk for days about wrestling and what's been currently ongoing, we can't beat around the bush what happened last night.
Oh, you mean with Elimination Chamber?
Pretty much.
This is a warning. I think we need to start. I think we need to cover it now, don't we?
Pretty much. So,
if you haven't seen it yet, and since it's only 24 hours removed, we can understand if you haven't. You might want to hit pause on the broadcast about when I finish speaking, actually. When I say the word now for the second time after that being the first one, and go and watch it, and then come back to the broadcast when you've seen it, if you don't want us to spoil it for you. If you're easygoing, that's fine. If you're not, we'll wait while you go and watch Elimination Chamber.
Correct. Or if necessary, come back to us, and we will, come back to us at a later date.
Yes.
If you have to miss this section and what's going to be happening, which will be the plugs, we understand if you've got a busy schedule at the same time as well.
We get it, because so do we.
We're not going to force you to listen to us, but we'd appreciate it.
If we could find a way to, that gets a hell of a lot more listen. No. Bad thought.
We would
Stop
appreciate
that.
it.
We absolutely would appreciate it if you listened. And if you're not bothered about us giving away the results, and you just want to hear our opinion anyway, and you're going to watch it at some point and it doesn't really matter,
please continue to listen.
Because here we go. Now.
There you go. Anyway. Right. Top to bottom, overall view of the event.
For me, personally, 10 trillion times better than Super Showdown.
Anything
Back on track. Everything sort of in the right place and as it should be. A few missteps here and there, but overall, I'd say probably 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. The lesson there being don't immediately give an average pay-per-view after a piss poor one 9 out of 10 because it gives you very, very less small space to go upwards after that. 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. Lots of things they did right, building towards WrestleMania. Few bits of like, not sure what the point of that was, but overall, I enjoyed it. What about you?
6.
Ah, there you go. So I think we're in the same ballpark. I think possibly you might have a few more not really sure what was going on there moments than me, but we'll find that out as we go.
Right, let's just go straight to the card right now, which will be straight onto the pre-show.
I was going to say, got to be honest, I'm going to let you deal with the pre-show because I was pushed for time. I didn't watch it.
Right. Viking Raiders versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder?
Yeah, you remember them, former SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
And why has this match been set up?
In an attempt for, as far as I'm aware, get the Viking Raiders back some of the momentum that they had ripped out from under them when they lost the Raw Tag Team titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the point being is, why is this match happening?
Do you know what? I don't actually know.
This was a pre-show match that was just, here you go, just throw it in.
Oh, I see. It wasn't a case of it was announced anything like even on the show before. It was just, this is the pre-show. We should have a match on the pre-show. You guys are here. Get out there. Was that about the length of the thinking? Oh, okay.
Well, pretty much from what I got from it. If I'm wrong and I've missed something off Raw, I apologise.
Right, yes, but what you're saying is it wasn't exactly a hotly anticipated like blow-off match to a feud of the year candidate or anything. It was just a match.
It was basically it was less than 5 minutes. The Viking Raiders beating Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder with the Viking experience.
I did, however, see the clip that they showed on the main show when they recapped the match of Zack Ryder accidentally hitting the Rough Rider on Kurt Hawkins. Oops.
Yeah. But anyway, let's just get on to the main show. So
yes.
Right. Opening match.
I absolutely knew that this was going to be a better show than Super Showdown, straight from the off, because of the first match.
No kidding. And do it makes it more annoying?
What?
It was slowly, well, it's not annoying. I'd say sort of cleverly done, a little bit.
Very, yeah.
A little bit to build up to it, but rushed it to the event.
Yeah, I honestly think that they possibly, one of the participants in this match, they may have slightly bigger plans for in a month's time. And so they rushed it onto this show, but it could have waited a month, to be honest, and had a bit more build-up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, or at least started it earlier, if necessary. It's a good story that they were doing.
Yeah, but I was going to say, I think the point is that even in spite of the result being fairly comprehensive, the storyline could continue, potentially.
I think it continue in a different direction that nobody can actually predict.
Well, excuse me. Sorry. Worst possible time to get ambushed by that. Sorry. Do apologise. Nobody can predict except you, I'm guessing.
All I'll say to you is, ladies and gentlemen, he's not tired. He just had a very, very long day.
Yes. Very long day.
And he's not bored.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. But anyway, the match that we are referring to is none other than Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak. What was interesting about this is that Drew Gulak has been coming out to Daniel Bryan's opponents Drew Gulak saying he knows all the weaknesses of Daniel Bryan, and everything, and he was giving tips to his opponents, giving Bryan a bit more competition in matches, which is an interesting way to build up to it. But then you got Drake Maverick comes in on last week's on SmackDown, pretty much going, I want a match against Daniel Bryan, I can beat him. And Drew Gulak saying, you ain't got no chance, you don't see his weaknesses. And Daniel Bryan saying, well, if you know all my weaknesses so much, why don't you get in the ring with me?
Yes.
Now,
have they finally actually got Drake Maverick as an active competitor now?
Potentially, but didn't actually use him.
But
anyway, point being is, Drew Gulak didn't even say yes to the match there and then.
No.
So, okay, so this match has been... Oh, Daniel Bryan is challenging him. WWE management, well, it's happening, because Daniel Bryan said he wants it. It would have been much better if Drew Gulak just turned around and as he did it, he could have been sheepishly over the reaction, but he looked more intimidated, if anything.
Yeah.
And not, without giving an answer. So it didn't exactly it made Drew Gulak look more of a coward, which is a complete damn difference from how he was in the damn match.
When he looked, to all intents and purposes, like he was genuinely Daniel Bryan's equal.
And that he did look like he generally had, he knew his weaknesses. Now,
yes.
If that was me, you know what I would have done?
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
I would have had Drew literally smile at Daniel Bryan and say, it would be my pleasure, or it would be my honour to show you. What?
That would have been better. But then again, on the commentary, they did allude to this situation, and
but it was
Drew. They did suggest that Drew Gulak was ever so slightly socially awkward, and he was. He didn't outright say yes, but he was actually getting the match that he wanted.
It was, but it didn't come across in the previous promo.
No, unfortunately not. But the fact that the commentators had to cover for that, it doesn't help.
It just looked like one team saying, "Be sheepish, be scared." Next night, look like you were confident and it's your dream match. Like, what the hell?
Make your bloody mind up. Yes,
consistency, please, WWE. Now,
it would be
that aside,
nice.
That is the only issue I have with this match.
Yeah, everything else about it, whisper it, but kind of reminded me of another great technical match from the past, which I'm not 100% sure even opened a pay-per-view, but the way it was set up and everything.
Yeah.
Great historians of the pro wrestling game that they are. I'm sure both Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak would have probably watched this match in the past more than once, but Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit from about 2003.
No, mid-card did it.
Yeah, but that kind of similar match structure.
Yeah.
Of like one guy being fundamentally not happy about the fact that all his little tricks in the early going, the other guy's completely level with. He's got an answer for all of them.
It was very, very clever how they did it. It was like Daniel Bryan was like, I can rethink. And what was so good on this one was the commentary was on point.
Yes,
it was like
absolutely.
You got them turning. Daniel Bryan is going out the ring, having to scout his opponent from ringside, which he's meant to be, the hero, the good guy. But the look on his face was like, hang on, he just caught me off guard. What the hell?
Yes, not expecting that.
Yeah. And then you see him getting in gingerly and everything.
Yep.
The match was absolutely brilliant. German suplexes, dragon suplexes.
One of the landings Daniel Bryan took they showed a slow motion replay of it from several different angles, and there wasn't one that didn't make me go,
"Oh,
ow!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was going, "Please don't be concussed. Please don't be concussed. Please don't be concussed."
Yes, I think we all were, but luckily he wasn't. So
Yeah. And please don't break your neck. Please don't break your neck. Please don't break your neck.
yeah.
Yeah, but the
But
point
yeah, it was a
being
great match, and I liked the acknowledgement at the end from Daniel Bryan as well.
Couldn't have said it better myself, especially as it's in Drew Gulak's hometown.
Yes.
Yes.
It was one of those matches where there was a clear winner and a clear loser, but nobody lost in terms of what they got, what the crowd, their appreciation and everything else.
And it was nice. It was nice to end this match with a technical submission. Notice what I said there. Not a tap out.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people are thinking, hang on. But, huh? Drew Gulak didn't tap out.
No.
He passed out.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people are thinking, well, Drew Gulak's a villain, isn't he? Is he meant to be a villain? What's going on? Now, my thoughts on this is I can see them potentially. They're going to turn one of them.
Yes. And to be honest, the reactions Drew Gulak's getting, the guy's genuinely brilliant in the ring. And he's gone from being, the Lord of the Cruiserweight division to, well, initially at least on the big leagues. Was he on Raw or SmackDown? I can't remember. But initially he was
SmackDown.
Getting beaten every other week, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's slowly built his stature up, and a match like that has only built it up further, and they're genuinely portraying him as a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to that because the guy deserves it.
Correct. Could not have said that any better.
The portrayal of him, however, couldn't actually differ anymore from the portrayal of the two people in the next match.
Well, before we get there,
yeah,
I can see Drew Gulak after that night. I can see Daniel Bryan possibly wanting to hear more from Gulak.
I can see that as well.
I can see them either possibly being a tag team.
Do you know what? That thought hadn't crossed my mind until you said that, but the moment you said it, it made perfect sense.
They could end up working together, and the scary thing about it, you could then got Daniel Bryan boosting Drew Gulak and helping him with his, helping him out.
Yeah,
because they always say Drew Gulak is, a fan of Daniel Bryan,
and Daniel Bryan helping Drew Gulak develop his personality a little bit,
and Gulak helping Bryan with his so-called weaknesses, or
yes.
Bring out chink in his armour.
Yeah, bring out the personality that we saw a little bit of on 205 Live.
Definitely. But at the same time, it's something different. It's this personality of Drew Gulak. I actually preferred than him just going presentation, getting his rear kicked. Presentation, getting his rear kicked. This was competitive. This was brilliant.
Yeah, this was on a par with his run as the Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
Where he was allowed to come over as this cocky, arrogant...
Yeah.
I'm not actually arrogant because I can back it up. Yeah, guy. Yeah. Whose catchphrase was "Step to me and you will tap out," and it was justified because 9 times out of 10, whoever he was fighting did.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think that could work.
Yeah, definitely.
But this is a positive build for Drew Gulak. As I said, if we move on to the next match, however,
definitely, which is
not so many positives in this one. This was the singles match for the United States Championship.
Is it a Is it still a championship for WWE?
Sorry?
Is it still a registered championship for WWE?
As far as I know. I don't think they care about it, but
Yeah.
Andrade against Humberto Carrillo. And
Now, everyone's
frankly,
thinking, oh, that'll be a wicked match. Yes. Good on card. These have great work together. One problem.
they've done it about 100 times already.
And Humberto surprisingly became number one contender on a quick flick win. Yet he's been losing to somebody else in multiple weeks.
Yeah, the portrayal of Humberto Carrillo as a plucky loser is doing no one any favours, least of all him.
Yep.
Frankly, I winced with absolute, oh my God, have they not thought this through? With the spot outside the ring,
Yep.
where Andrade was going to attempt to drop Carrillo on the area of concrete where the mats had been pulled up. Carrillo instead reversed the move, dropped Andrade on the carefully folded double thickness mats on the other side of the entranceway, and Andrade sold it like he'd been killed.
Yeah.
Didn't think that through at all.
Oops.
Silly buggers.
Now, anyway, point being is that is neither here nor there. It tends to
That was a
happen.
silly moment. It was just an unfortunate misstep. But it added to the general overall feeling of this match of two youngish guys, newish to the promotion, worlds at their feet. They could have done so much more. And the match went 12-20 as well.
Yeah,
They could have done so much more.
And what makes it even worse is they've probably been told to restrain a bit more, because Humberto is basically being, he's lost favour, rumour has it, and Andrade's in bad books because of his wellness policy.
Yes. Now, wellness policy, Andrade, are we talking... let's see. Are we talking sort of 1980s professional wrestler physique wellness policy, or are we talking Rob Van Dam wellness policy?
I'm not sure if it was actually, my mistake. I'm not sure if it was wellness policy. I'll just double check it. It was either injury or wellness policy.
I think it was probably injury, but I'm not 100% sure.
I'm just double checking.
Okay, that's cool. Well, you looking that up?
I think it might have been injury.
Ah, yeah,
so
fair enough.
Apologies for that in regards to it.
But not a severe one, because still the United States champion.
And what made it weird is, with him taking time off, did he have the belt taken off him?
No, because WWE were quite happy to forget it existed.
Nope. They didn't. So it just felt as though, because he hasn't been around for a while, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm in a way. Give Humberto a storyline where he keeps losing, and I'll come back and we'll continue the feud. Really?
Yeah. Really? Is that the best you can do? Apparently it is. But It was, after the opening match, it was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
And then we got the first half main event. The Elimination Chamber match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Correct.
Pitting the champions, Miz and Morrison, against the New Day, the Usos, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, and Wriggler Zood. I don't know.
Ziggler.
And Ziggler and Rude. Yeah, I just thought I'd spin it around a little bit, try and make something interesting out of it.
Show off the world.
Rob Dolph. I don't know. The thrown together tag team that seems to be persisting as
Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode
as Carrillo's losing streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was...
I don't mind them as a tag team. Just give them a damn well proper entrance and a tag team name.
I agree. However, on that front, seriously, Miz and Morrison, you're the tag team champions. Pick one of your entrance musics and just use it.
Or get a new entrance song just for the tag team.
Yes, that would also work.
Yeah.
But this match had everything it needed to be a classic. It was an Elimination Chamber match, but it had double the people because they're all tag teams.
Yep.
I'd not like to have been the heir in the pod that Otis and Tucker were locked in, but, you know.
Yeah!
One slight thing about this, a couple of slight things regarding gear in this match.
Please continue.
New Days, we put it on a boil wash and all the colour came out. Colour by numbers. Horrible. Don't do it again.
Was in honour of Xavier Woods.
Yes, I know, but how does colour by numbers relate to Xavier Woods? If it had been like 8-bit pixelated characters and it was something to do with computer games,
no,
fine.
It's been to do with the project he's been currently involved with and working on, and it's sort of trying to get a bit more flavour to, you know, bring more flavour, more towards, you know, making it. Yes, I can see why you're saying, because it made him look more or less colourful.
No, it wasn't so much as less colourful. It was also so much as it made them look like they'd forgot their gear and they just grabbed some basic white stuff.
No, you can see the outlines at least.
But whatever, I think Kofi did forget his actual normal boots, because the ones he did wear, God, were slippery.
But anyway,
that and it's just a personal gripe, but who told Otis not to wear singlets anymore?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
How can I put this?
He's comfortable.
Yeah, that's fine, but is it? Couldn't he just wear a singlet? Seriously, would it hurt anyone?
I was fine with it. I thought he looked brilliant. I thought there was nothing wrong with it. I thought the match itself was great.
I thought the match itself was great, including said team, Heavy Machinery, providing both.
Wait. Yeah.
The holy shit moments of the night.
Of the match. Yeah. And the night. And potentially, did you hear how over Otis is?
Dude, he is like CM Punk after he's dropped the mic on the floor. Levels of over.
And it makes it even weirder.
What?
That has come from a storyline that we originally didn't think much of.
Would that be the one featuring a certain participant in the other Elimination Chamber match?
She wasn't in the other one. Or did your brain slip?
Yes. My brain thought that he was talking about someone else entirely. No, you're quite right. Sorry. Yes. I don't know why, but...
and yet that storyline's still continuing.
My brain has got one small blonde female competitor mixed up with another entirely.
Just because blondes aren't all the same people, you moron.
I never said they were. I just said that my brain's cross-wired to people, and they don't even look the same. They don't look the same, wear similar gear, or fight the same. It's just a crosswire in my brain, that's all.
Oh, well, actually, one of them used to be blonde.
Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, let's continue, shall
we? But yeah, the moments of this match, if not the whole night, were... Holy crap, Tucker can fly.
Fly?
Yes, fly. I think he came down with snow on him and about 3 million air miles.
I think what made it even more better was Marco Cole's call of it.
Yes.
What the hell? An Arctic truck.
What the hell? A Mack truck just flew through the air.
It just flipped through the air. What the hell?
Yeah.
Now, I thought that was... Duh.
Yeah. That was unbelievable.
And you think, yeah, they can end that. They can, that's a big, oh my.
And then
Something that never happened in the Elimination Chamber.
for the first time in, I believe this was the 25th Elimination Chamber match, this has ever happened.
Is it 25th?
This one was, yeah.
Please continue.
And that is the chamber got eliminated.
Well, part of it did.
Part of it did, yeah. Due to I can't remember who was it. Ziggler or was it Rude?
Right, I'll explain this.
Yeah.
No. Otis was focusing on Ziggler, and Rude went, pretty much broke it off, and went for Glorious DDT. He got backdropped to oblivion.
Yeah.
And then you saw Otis eyeing up Ziggler, who's against the Perspex glass,
The plexiglass that makes up the doors of the chamber, yeah.
Right. And it's open. And he's in like the door frame area, he's getting up. Otis runs full speed at him. And you're thinking to yourself, he's about to put Dolph Ziggler through it.
He's about to put Dolph Ziggler, despite the fact they're in the chamber, in third row ringside.
Through the door.
Yeah.
Which normally happens.
Normally there's a door spot when a piece of plexiglass gets sacrificed for the holy shit moment.
No, not the door, plexiglass.
Not the door, not this time. No.
Luckily enough, Ziggler bypassed Otis, pushed him continuing on, past the door frame, into one of the chambers.
At which point, Otis hit the corner of the back of the pod
and bust through.
And the piece of plexiglass decapitated the German announce table.
Near enough, yeah.
Yeah.
You got Cole pretty much going, oh my God, I've never seen it. And then suddenly realises, I think we better check up on the German announce team.
Yes, because he hit the plexiglass with such force that he hit the ground before it did.
Yeah. I think the plexiglass was hit that hard. It had concussion and multiple injuries.
I think that if it doesn't watch itself with the painkillers on its recovery, it's going to fail the wellness program.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think the next bit should have been a little bit longer.
I absolutely think it should have been quite a lot longer, and I happen to think that the way they did it didn't end up helping.
No, but
if it had been me booking that, just troubleshooting here, I would have had Tucker absolutely obliterate both members of Rude and Ziggler.
I would have had him.
I would have had him
on
literally
a rampage.
Wipe the floor with both members of Rude and Ziggler, pin one of them, thus eliminating them from the match, and then be halfway through Lucha House Party when they double teamed him, despite the fact they'd been eliminated with a low blow or something.
Yeah, something along them lines. Yeah, agreed. I actually like that. No, it's something. Yeah, I'd agree. Or he gets Dolph and rips him a new in as he pins him. Rude and in upsettery just glorious DDTs him. Yeah,
a low blow first, and then a glorious DDT is on the way out, as if to say, "Hey, you've ruined our night, sunshine. I'm going to ruin yours now."
Yeah,
because I'm a sore loser.
I also know the reason why they haven't.
And why was that?
The payoff.
Do go on.
You're thinking, did they deserve to get their rear kicked? This is where I actually think I'm going to partly agree with WWE on this one. Yes, it didn't make Tucker look good. I think they should have had more people in to stop Tucker, which would have helped him. But what should have happened was that they all gang up on him, eliminate him, and get him out. And then what happened after? Right? The reason being is, how much more is it going to mean if Tucker got his hands on Ziggler? It's good, but it's not what the fans want.
That's true. But now, somewhere down the line, there can still be
The payoff.
retribution. Yeah, absolutely.
And do you know what I think the payoff will be? Otis.
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Otis
Yes.
getting his hands clean on Ziggler. It being revealed it was all a scam. The whole him being late.
Yeah.
And it being revealed that it was Ziggler and a certain friend of Mandy Rose's.
Sorry, not a regular watcher of main roster WWE. You'll have to tell me who that friend is.
What? You don't know
Oh, right, that one. Yeah.
Go on.
Yes. No. It's all right. I was just rifling through the roster of completely the wrong gender in my head. I know who you mean now.
Go on.
You mean the tag team partner of Mandy Rose? Yes.
None other than Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville, yes. Who, I don't know, knowing WWE will probably have,
Probably, I bet you
evil,
she's the one who sent the
nefarious
text.
reasons who sent the text because she wants to, knowing WWE, they'll probably think to the lowest common denominator, so she will have sent the text because, irrespective of what Mandy actually thinks, she was disgusted by the idea of Otis and therefore she sabotaged it.
She either sabotaged it for that, or they could bring
This,
the
of
whole
course,
storyline back.
Yeah, this, of course, doesn't make a great deal of sense, what with her being gay, but hey, this is WWE. When does sense mean anything?
Actually, it does, because she might want to have Mandy Rose herself.
No, yeah, I was just thinking originally along the lines of she was disgusted by it because she looked at him and she thought, Ziggler? She thought, fat hairy man, Ziggler. Fat hairy man, Ziggler. I think I know what's best for my friend here. That kind of thing.
Possibly.
But yeah, the whole I don't want men to have her because I want a thing
Or
keeps threatening to rear its head as well. Yeah.
As well, but which I'm fine with. And I'd be fine with that storyline as well, also. Now, after that elimination anyway, because we've gone off a little bit off sidetrack.
We do need to sort of get back on track.
I'll rein it back in. I'm reeling it back in. I do think Otis and Ziggler will have a match at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Or if not, I can see a mixed tag team match if it's not Otis versus Ziggler.
So, Ziggler and Mandy Rose against Otis and...
No,
Ziggler and Mandy against Otis and another, in which Mandy turns on Ziggler.
No. Sonya Deville and Ziggler against Mandy Rose and Otis.
Oh, okay.
Because regardless
I was thinking the other way.
No,
maybe Matt Deville on Otis's side in a sort of... He begs her for help, and she's like, I don't want to do this, but it's my best friend, so I suppose I will. At which point...
But the point being is, then that means Otis is losing at WrestleMania. If he's on her... Because she'll turn on Otis.
No, I was thinking that she was... The aim being... the intent... Everyone thinks she's going to do that, but Mandy kicks Ziggler in the balls before she gets the chance.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I think it'll get revealed in the build-up. She'll tag with Dolph. She'll go with Otis. But the reason I know what you're thinking, but then why would they want to have the match? Simply being, Mandy will be bloody ticked off. You know what? Screw it. She'll be fucked off that Sonya Deville's got involved in her personal life.
Yeah.
And Otis will just want to kill Dolph Ziggler on damn well principle.
Yeah, that either could happen. Let's see. I'm not 100% sure.
Either
But
way,
anyway, either way,
entertaining
yeah.
mixed tag match.
And a good sort of bit of
And
way to keep WrestleMania interesting, yeah.
Yes, and WWE, you just hear me say this. You know, you took one idea I mentioned previously as when I took the mech, right, and actually did it. Please send any paycheck.
All checks to the Burning Truth.
Thank you. And if you know, and please, damn well use this idea I've just suggested. And I'll tell you what, I'll even give you that idea for damn well free because it'd be entertaining.
However, if you're going to use my idea instead, all checks to the Burning Truth, please.
That's fine. Anyway.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, are you going to tell us what the idea that they had stole off you was when the time is right a bit later on?
Yes, I will do. Anyway,
That's cool. That's cool.
Back to
we need to wrap up the talk about this match. As good as it was, that this chat about it is going to be longer than the match soon, so we need to wrap it up.
Straight after Heavy Machinery got eliminated, it just felt like it crumbled.
Yeah, went out of it a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of a
team.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit like there might be a combined total of like 16 times tag team champions in this ring left, but I don't care anymore.
Now, what made it weird is I felt as though they could have had another, a bit like, I can see Otis, they could have had their own Otis Mania.
Yeah.
From that reaction.
Indeed, they could.
Hashtag Otis Mania.
Hashtag checks made payable to the Burning Truth.
Thank you. Anyway. Usos, New Day, Morrison.
And Morrison and Miz.
Yeah. Now,
at which point I think.
By the way, we hadn't mentioned that Lucha House Party had been eliminated, which they had by the time when Heavy Machinery were eliminated. So they weren't the first one to be out. So what was so weird? As soon as they went out, Dolph Ziggler went up, and then completely knocked out by New Day and Usos. Really?
Yes.
Great way of killing their heat.
A little bit, but it was what it was.
Yeah. So it's almost like they take the bit of the fuzz, Otis needs to get that. Now, anyway, moving on. Miz, New Day, Usos, and
John Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last three teams, they did everything that was expected of them. It went perfectly well. It was really slick. It was perfectly executed, but it was just like, okay, great, it's done. Move on.
Yeah. Now
you could kind of see what was going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't expect New Day to be eliminated next.
No, I don't think anyone did.
I expected Usos, but I was actually happy with New Day going out first. Yeah. And then it was getting up to Miz, Morrison, and Usos, which was damn, they can go. Now, the reason why they probably did this is because the Usos had already got a victory over Miz and Morrison on a SmackDown show.
Yes, that makes sense, if you know that.
Yep. What I did find interesting was the actual finishing pin.
Okay, I'm just trying to recall.
Which was the roll up by Miz when Morrison leapt over, also pinning at the same time with the Miz, and Miz put his feet on the ropes to cinch the actual pin.
Overkill just a little bit, but
it was a little bit, but it was still a unique pin I'd never seen in a while. I haven't seen like that.
Oh, there you go.
So anyway, as you know,
that was cool,
gentlemen,
but
Miz and Morrison still your WWE
SmackDown
Tag Team Champions.
The next match on the card, I actually liked. It had the potential to be an absolute nightmare, but frankly, anything with Aleister Black and AJ Styles combined talents in it, they were always going to manage to rescue it, weren't they?
Correct. Great match. Did not expect it to be 23 minutes and 15 seconds.
No, me neither, to be honest. I've got to say, I was expecting it to be, somewhere around the 15-minute mark at absolute tops.
Yep. Nope. Yeah, they had to give him time to go, which I was fine with. The thing, it was just weird, because you got Luke and Carl Anderson. It's no disqualification. We'll stay at ringside and watch the match. Really?
Of course you'd. Yeah.
Why are you abandoning by the rules? You should have just gone in and just kicked his arse.
Yeah. Why are you standing outside the ring until Styles has spent 15 minutes kicking the ever-loving crap up? Why don't you just get in there from the bell?
Yeah.
That's what confused me.
So, oh dear, OC looks stupid. Or is it because Styles says, I want to do this myself? Something along
Did Styles have preemptive dose of Sami Zayn-itis?
Potentially.
Ouch. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but this match, the finish, you feel bad after your weekend's exertions. I've actually just got a notification on my phone. AJ Styles has just woken up from that black mass.
Yeah. Ow.
Ow.
What I thought was weird, they're having this match, and this is the built into, legitimately, from Raw, been building it up. Why did they have to have Styles mocking Undertaker?
Because of Super Showdown, because of what happened, because of what's going to happen at WrestleMania.
It would have been better if they didn't do it. It would have been better if AJ teased it.
Yeah.
Just teased it a little bit. Instead, it just felt like they just went, let's just throw everything at the wall now! Go!
WWE do like doing that, don't they?
So then, we got AJ teasing, yeah, I'm doing the tombstone, cutthroat, yeah, to take it to appear.
Ding, or rather dong.
Ding dong. Anyway, point being is, he turns up, chokeslam, boom.
Yeah, and apparently he was also choking the living daylights out of Gallows and Anderson before he chokeslammed AJ because they didn't get up for 5 minutes afterwards.
Oh my god. What a way to put over the OC.
Yeah, absolutely. The best tag team in the world, don't forget.
Yeah. Get choked. Stay there for 5 minutes while after I've choked you.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, excuse me.
AJ gets chokeslammed, and then you think, please don't. And then he goes, and then I'm like, please just don't let Aleister Black just pin him. No, he's waiting for him to get up. Black Mass, thank you.
Yes. It had to be done.
But that it killed him.
It connected, yes, it really did. Yeah,
basically, you mess with Aleister Black. You knock on Aleister Black's door. You want to fight. Be prepared to fade to black.
Yes.
Great match.
Oh, I liked the. I just like to mention as an aside in the build-up promos.
Yeah.
I like the reference AJ Styles made to Booker T.
Yeah.
So Aleister Black sitting in the room with all the scented candles in the dark chanting. A reference to Booker T and the angle WWE want you to forget, TM. But I never will.
I thought I got it out of my head.
Listen, it sits in the corner of my mind. Just
when I thought I was out.
It sits in the corner at the back of my mind, pointing and laughing and going, I bet that reminds you of me. Yeah. So if I have to suffer it, you have to suffer it.
Just when I thought I was away from it, it pulls me back in.
The angle that won't die, but WWE really wish you'd forget it, TM.
It's not the worst one. It's not the worst
one. Really isn't, but...
Hell no.
Anyway.
But, yeah, anyway, moving on. Right.
After that, well, it was a tag match for the Hot Potato Raw Tag Team Championships.
Which the Street Profits won on Raw. in the
Yes.
final ditch effort, which
Which makes sense, really, if you think about it.
on Raw, when they had a pay-per-view match,
Oh no, I just think,
at Super Showdown.
like, yeah, it could have actually happened that they could have either won at Super Showdown or tonight or last night. Yeah, that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah. Oh no. They probably wanted to do it on American. They didn't want to do it in Saudi because they already had enough Saudi money.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But
Potentially.
did they have the smoke? Because the Street Profits seem to have a really, really, really unhealthy man crush on former NASCAR driver Tony Stewart.
Love it. Yeah.
Because I can't think what other kind of smoke they might possibly be referring to. Polishes halo. Anyway, this match was everything.
What did you say? I'm innocent?
Innocent as one of those bottles with about 400 strawberries crammed into it that's called a smoothie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. This match was great. I still can't quite believe Montez Ford comes down with snow on him every time he does that frog splash.
So no, I'm expecting to go up there and just not come back.
I genuinely think that Montez Ford should get the word Qantas painted on his arse and possibly take people up for joyrides.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm down for
But
that.
yeah, that match was okay. It was cool. The right team won, although, as I said, perhaps they should have won at Super Showdown or last night. Either way, they retained, which is good.
Yes, and I thought this was a unique match. I thought it was wicked. The fact that you had Kevin Owens at ringside with popcorn in hand.
Kevin Owens, absolutely popcorn-tastic.
And if you remember, I actually said, made a reference to that earlier on when I was saying where I was with Charles Kelsey at Wrestling Feud with popcorn in hand.
Yes. I just love the fact that they timed it to absolute perfection out of the ring.
Yeah.
When Rollins was pointing the finger at Owens and Owens just pointed straight back over his left shoulder and went, look, basically the universal gesture of, look behind you, old bean, right before he got wiped.
Oh, and it makes it worse.
Well,
I can relate to that pain.
Yes, I'm sure you can.
I can relate to that.
Kevin Owens is gold.
I will say, I quite haven't been hit by Angelo Dawkins.
No.
Don't want to.
Don't blame you. Not a small lad.
No, definitely not. But anyway, interesting matchup. Great, what more can I say? Absolute Street Profits, great Raw Tag Team Champions.
Fantastic tag team.
Well over.
Brilliantly over. Sippy cups everywhere.
I like it.
Don't tell them, but I know what's in it. I know what's in the sippy cups.
Some juice?
No.
And that's all I'm sticking to.
It's not juice. Have you not seen the size of Angelo Dawkins?
It's juice!
It's chocolate-flavoured Muscle Monster.
Damn it, that means I can't have it.
Yeah, such a shame. But no, the Street Profits have pretty much got the monopoly on it at this point. But anyway, great match. Yeah,
Definitely.
Street Profits over as hell. I can foresee a scenario coming forward.
Yep.
Let's say possibly Survivor Series.
Please continue.
When, if they continue on their current reigns, the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions might face off against each other, and they might very well be the two most over tag teams in the company. Hashtag representing NXT like a bitch. Street Profits and Heavy Machinery, much?
But Heavy Machinery won't have the tag championship at WrestleMania.
No, sorry, I said I'm waiting until Survivor Series for this because I don't. They
Oh,
will have a
that would
WrestleMania,
be a good
but
match.
I'm thinking that by the time that Survivor Series comes around in November, Heavy Machinery kind of been what's the word I'm looking for?
Materialise.
Yes, that is the word I was going to say, but that's not the word I was looking for. Manipulated into the SmackDown Championship picture.
Yeah. Anyway, the match itself, great match, great work from both sides, and hope to see more. I just feel as though Seth Rollins and Murphy, they could have actually had the championship a little bit longer, but they've got to push the Kevin Owens storyline with Seth Rollins a bit more.
Absolutely.
Let's see how it goes. Let Street Profits keep the championships for a while and see where it goes from there, because they are absolutely entertaining, and we look forward to seeing what more.
Mean to be a naysayer here, but surely they could have done this the other way round.
What?
Surely Rollins and Murphy could have been the guys at ringside, and the dedicated tag team that back up said pair.
No, that could not happen. That would be probably WrestleMania.
Yeah, probably. That's all I'm saying is they've got a dedicated tag team as their heavies, and they're the tag team champs. What?
Yeah, true, but let them have it. Let them go through to WrestleMania. Me more.
Fair enough.
Not me
Hashtag more AOP on WWE TV.
Ding.
Right, the next match happened.
This is the match I was referring to from last week.
This is... Oh, right, okay. The 3-on-1 handicap match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
Please say your piece now before I get the box.
Why, WWE? Why? I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I totally understand why. It's so that it's so that Zayn, by coming in, waving the belt around as champion, and Strowman, by beating him senseless with one punch in 4 seconds flat and regaining the championship, both get their WrestleMania moment. But other than that, why did this match and this result have to happen? What did it gain? It didn't boost anyone a jot. It was literally just card filler. And
it hampered.
It's killing Cesaro and Nakamura.
It killed Strowman!
Well, yeah, I'm not getting even into that. Strowman doesn't need the legs chopping out from under him any more than he has had over the last year and a half already. And you just thought, oh, finally, they've put a title on him. Right, let's have the Unstoppable Monster. Let's have a challenge to... Is it Mr. Perfect? No. Is it the Honky Tonk Man? Who's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time? I believe it might be the Honky Tonk Man, yeah. Let's have Strowman rip through everyone for a year and a half and take that record because nobody can stop him. Wait, what? Hold on. He's, lost it again a week later. What? Oh, never mind.
Yep.
And I wouldn't mind, but yes, on his own, Cesaro could have a bloody good match with Strowman because he's freakishly strong.
Yes.
But he'd be overcome. And the other two, I'm sorry, but they haven't got a hope if,
Yeah.
Nothing about this match made a great deal of sense.
No.
However, I can sense... I've seen the soapbox. I've had to put my shades on because it's glistening in the sun from here. Right, Mr. Matt Burns, take a deep breath and brace yourselves, listeners.
Right, my personal feelings on this. Right, I understand. Like Braun Strowman, yes, he's a big guy. He gets the championship belt. Yes, they're recognizing him.
Finally,
yes, it's been done. Yes! He wins it this year. And when did, He wins it. When does he win it? January 31st.
Yes.
On an episode of SmackDown, which was Super SmackDown, I think it was, the Super
I
Show.
believe so, yes.
Finally! He's got the belt. How long did he have it?
Just over a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
As if it wasn't bad enough last week when they unnecessarily and completely pointlessly went, it's WrestleMania, let's make a stupid fucking decision, and took the wheels and the legs out from under Braun Strowman. Out from under Bray Wyatt. They've now done it to Braun Strowman as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you ready for this? He held it
Hold on.
37 days, recognises 36.
Yes. Coincidentally, roughly the same amount of time that Riddick Moss has held the 24/7 championship. If you want to make it even less spectacular.
Really?
Really?
It's just really?
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 Yes, really.
It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. Because you've then got... Okay, Shinsuke Nakamura. 201 days.
Yeah. And you can absolutely bet your life that the graphic that flashed up halfway through the show that was like, WrestleMania, 28 days away. You absolutely... It was like a big flashing neon, Sammy, this is how long your reign is going to be, sign. Enjoy every minute, because this is what you've got.
Yeah. Right? And it's like, what the hell? However, because I've just looked it up, do you want an interesting fact?
I'm always up for an interesting fact, if you can shoehorn it in because it's vaguely wrestling related.
Yes, it is, and it's actually related to, number of lengthy reigns. Pedro Morales.
Yes.
He had 2 reigns, and combined days recognised by WWE, he held the championship 617 days.
617 days. So...
But actually, he actually held it 619.
Yes. Because it was obviously a show that was taped a couple of days before it went out on TV.
Think of the numbers I just said.
617.
619 was the actual official days.
Yeah, but that's over 2 reigns.
Yep. He had it for 619.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, back onto the subject. Now, I was fine with the 2-on-1. In my head, it was like, great, you're burying 3 guys. 3 guys for Strowman.
Yes.
But it's going to be outcome to put Strowman over. I'm okay with this, fine. And then they made it worse.
Yes.
They made it worse. How? They had Strowman lose the champion.
Yes.
And if you remember, last week I joked, how the hell are they going to do it where if it's 3-on-1, how are they going to, have them, the other guys in the match decide who gets the championship belt?
Oh, yeah, I'm still waiting for the moment when they try that trick. When they try and freebird it.
Nope, they're not.
No, I hope they're not. I really do, but...
They're not.
Good.
Right, so you think, okay. They're not freebirding it.
No.
Okay. So what are they doing? That's what they're doing. Oh, right, okay. Instead, they made the match, whoever gets the pin becomes the Intercontinental Championship. The Intercontinental Champion, so, hang on.
Yes.
Wouldn't Nakamura want to be the champion?
Yes, you would absolutely have thought so.
Wouldn't Cesaro want to be champion?
Of course.
So wouldn't that mean them three arguing with each other?
Or after the match over the fact that Zayn got
or
the pinfall?
During the match?
Yeah, absolutely. You would have thought so, but...
Or either all three of them pinning him?
Yes.
What happened?
None of the above.
A triple team move, which I will say was quite impressive.
Yes.
But didn't look right with Shinsuke on, Shinsuke and Cesaro. Two different... I'd say most of the lifting was Cesaro.
Yes, more than likely.
Yeah. But anyway, point being is, double team suplex, lifting Strowman up, for then Sammy hit a haluva kick, which, okay, that's impressive on Strowman.
Yes, it is.
And I'm thinking to myself, he's going to kick out. And Cesaro's jumped out the ring. Nakamura's at the ringside. It's just Sammy pinning him. Cesaro's going to throw him off. 1, 2, 3.
The what? Hang on, the bell's ringing. What the?
Huh?
Bizarre.
And this coming from a guy who went into WrestleMania...
Yes.
tagging with a child...
Yes.
to become tag team champions. Raw tag team champions.
Yes. It's not good. It really isn't.
Buried.
Buried isn't the word.
Immediately, I'm thinking to myself, hang on, so then why didn't Cesaro and Nakamura... Why didn't Nakamura want the pen? Nope, they give it to Sami Zayn.
They did.
Okay. And are you ready for this? This is going to make you laugh.
I'm ready.
Do you know what happened when Zayn won the belt?
Nothing.
He actually ended his 5-year WWE title drought since he won the NXT Championship.
Yeah, the thing is, though, he didn't need to win.
But he did anyway.
Much like a certain other famous winner of the Intercontinental Championship, who I believe that was their only title run in WWE, Mr. Hot Rod Rowdy Roddy Piper. He's not a guy that needs titles. He really isn't.
Yep.
But what can you do? Interesting little fact, by the way, because I'm on the Wikipedia page.
Please continue.
Did you know that Shinsuke Nakamura, at 201 days for one reign, is 5 days longer than the combined total of all 5 of Triple H's reigns?
And he was almost nowhere. And he was seeing even less.
Yes, absolutely. And did you also know that the current record holder for number of championship reigns
Chris Jericho?
is Chris Jericho with 9. But the man who can remove him from the history books,
Miz.
Something that, given his current affiliation with AEW, they might want to consider doing, The Miz, who currently has 8, is nowhere near the Intercontinental title picture.
Yeah.
However, Jericho's 9 reigns are for a combined total of 318 days, whereas The Miz's current 8 are for a combined total of 597.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. All they need to do is put it on The Miz once more for a day, have him lose it to someone else, and then another time, oh, look, it's number 10, and then he keeps it beyond 619 days and he's top of the list.
Yeah.
He's already on 597, so it wouldn't have to take that long, you know?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. But anyway, moving on.
Moving on, yeah, that was a bit of a... What the hell? And then we get to the main event. On International, or is it World? I forget. Either way, Women's Day.
Yep.
The Women's Elimination Chamber match for the Raw Women's Championship.
Yep.
Oh no, I tell a lie. It is the Elimination Chamber match for the opportunity at a WWE Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which was an abject lesson by WWE in, did they learn nothing from the men's Royal Rumble?
No. Are you ready for this one?
What?
This, just take into account, you just had the main event, didn't you?
Yes.
Can you name me 2 things that are missing off this entire pay-per-view?
A single reference or presence from any women's champion,
That's one.
be it SmackDown, Raw, or tag team.
No. I'm gonna mention 3 things that are missing off this.
Well, okay,
pay-per-view.
yeah. Any women's champion whatsoever. Yeah. The other 2 being?
Ready? You got no single women's championship.
Yeah.
Okay. But you got you got one of them being there watching to see who's going to be the number 1 contender. Fine.
Yeah.
One half of the WWE Women's Tag Team is in the main event.
Is in the match. However, did not bring the title to the ring.
So when's that getting defended again?
When WWE can be asked. Probably like on the pre-show the next time the United States Championship gets taken seriously. I think it's currently booked for No Way Out 2000 and Hell's Frozen Over.
Yeah. And are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
And it's going to make you laugh. Where are the main championships?
Oh yeah, that's right. They're both on pushing 50, or in the case of Goldberg, north of 50 part-timers who couldn't be asked to turn up.
Or haven't been paid enough.
That's why I said couldn't be asked to turn up. Vince didn't put another 0 on their paycheck, so they were like, I'll sit at home, thanks.
Now, I understand that Goldberg, I can understand them, which meant because of that, we had no Drew.
Yeah, but I was going to say, not only were there no champions, there was no Lesnar, there was no Goldberg, there was no Bray Wyatt, there was no Drew Gulak, and there was no Roman Reigns on the entire show.
And this is meant to be, we are leading up to the road to WrestleMania!
This is the last stop on the road to WrestleMania. There ain't no more pay-per-views to do any more establishing after this.
Yeah.
And that's before we even get started on the main event itself.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You go first,
I
please.
get what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
But pretty much any way you can think of would have probably worked better than the way they did it. Because all it was to me was a blink and you'll miss it terminal waste of Asuka, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan, all of whom got made to look like absolute jobbers in far too short order.
Yeah.
And also, did you notice the massive repetition in this show? I'm sure it happened at least 3 times. I can only think of twice. It was in the first match and in this one, but I'm sure there was one in the middle somewhere as well, of people passing out rather than submitting.
Yeah.
In this case, it was brutal because Liv Morgan's feet were 2 feet off the floor.
Way to go on taking Gulak's edge of his storyline, which is fine. Now, it's fine if it was cinched in quickly, but they dragged it out.
Now, I will be honest, in Liv Morgan's case, her feet were 2 feet off the floor.
Which is fine.
It looked brutal, that's all right. But, it's a little bit like the thankfully, I don't think it exists on tape anywhere. United Wrestling Show we were at once, that I turned to you, I seem to recall, during the interval, 3 matches in, and went, have you noticed how every single match so far has ended with a schoolboy roll-up?
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of like, talk to each other about your endings, people!
Yeah. Which, it's fine having that happen. But at the same time, this was done to put over Baszler.
Yeah, it was done to put over Shayna Baszler, and I completely understand that needs to be done. She needs to be portrayed as a genuine threat to someone who, as far as the actual rest of the Raw roster is concerned, has completely run out of them. But the way that it was presented wasn't the best way to do it.
No, because basically you've just absolutely destroyed the entire Raw women's.
Yeah, as if it wasn't bad enough that Becky Lynch has run through them all. It took her a year of progressively having matches with all of them. Shayna's done it in about 30 seconds flat.
It was like, what, 5 minutes? Less than 5 minutes? She just
literally
ripped through. She literally ripped through Natalya, Liv
Morgan, and Sarah Logan.
No. Actually, we'll do it in the order, shall we? She ripped through Sarah Logan. Bye-bye. She then ripped through Ruby Riott. Bye-bye. Completely destroyed Natalya.
Obliterated Natalya.
What?
Obliterated Natalya. Yeah. See ya. Thanks for coming.
Killed Liv Morgan, who at one point, if I'm not mistaken, had a promo saying, she wants to destroy herself. No, we're going to give Shayna Baszler to destroy you on pay-per-view.
Literally made Ruby Riott look like someone who was having their first televised match on NXT. And then got some semblance of resistance from Asuka, but frankly, nowhere near enough.
Yeah, nowhere near enough. Now, last time I checked, Asuka on NXT was a ass-kicking, ass-kicking machine.
Still holds the longest single reign for NXT Women's Champion. I know Shayna's 2 reigns combined have more days, but as far as one reign goes, Asuka is still the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion in history. And yet, Shayna made her look like nobody.
That's what I mean.
Did you not see the whole thing where it was like, I'm going for my submission move. Oh, look, here's someone who actually understands that you can fight out of it. Oh, look.
You can counter it.
Oh, look, they've put Shayna in a submission move. 1, 2. Oh, she's fought out of it. Oh, well, blink and you'll miss that. Never mind. Oh, look, Shayna's put hers back on. Oh, it's over. Oh, wonderful.
No. Counter. And bend the wrist. Into the move.
It was a little
Take into account, Asuka had a 914-day undefeated streak.
During which she was NXT Women's Champion for 565 days, I believe.
Yeah. Where she was...
And gave up the championship to move on to the main roster. She was never beaten for it.
Yeah.
And she was made to look like CJ Parker against, well, pretty much anyone they put the poor bastard up against NXT, to be honest.
Kevin Owens?
Yes. He was made to look like Austin Theory in the headlights of the Tommaso Ciampa Mack truck.
After he was upset with a certain Johnny Wrestling.
Yes.
It was like, really?
Yeah. Oh, and don't even get me started. I've just been reminded of something that they showed in the build-up to this match that literally, I don't know who in WWE authorised it or what they were thinking, but my God, it needs to be erased from history.
Go on.
Was it Asuka or was it Becky Lynch?
Who?
in that, frankly, Z-list horror movie shitfest of a moment where Shayna Baszler took her mouthguard out and proceeded to bite the back of her neck in a way that for the whole world, intents and purposes, looked like she was genuinely trying to rip her fucking spine out.
That would be on Becky Lynch.
Yeah, what were they thinking with that? Little kids watching that, who basically are probably still just tuning in to see John Cena because they haven't realised he's not there anymore, will have nightmares for the rest of their lives about that. What were they thinking?
Are you ready for this?
Go on.
Asuka is the longest reigning champion of a single.
Yeah, of a single reign. I know over the course of the 2 reigns, Shayna's is longer because her second one was nearly 450 days on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah, Asuka in a single reign is still...
Yeah. Hang on.
What?
I just realised.
What?
WWE, I've got it registered as 510 official days.
Yeah.
But it's recognised as 522.
Okay.
WWE recognised Asuka's reign as ended on September 6, 2017, when the episode aired on tape delay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yes.
Which was Dallas Takeover. Oh no, not Dallas Takeover. She. Oh no, it wasn't. She gave it up, didn't she?
She gave it up. It wasn't a case of she was beaten by anyone. No,
because she had a collarbone injury.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
She vacated it due to a collarbone injury at Takeover Brooklyn too.
Yeah, she did it on tape delay. But anyway, that was it. That was it. But anyway, point being is,
yeah.
Just right now, what I did find funny is that with Asuka, she's meant to be a villain, isn't she? So why was she stepping up?
Why was she the only one that put in any resistance to the other villain?
Yeah. And why is it that in the contract signing for it, and this was a nice touch of including Becky Lynch a little bit in it, when you got Shayna turning around saying she'd rip it, she would pretty much, knock her out and everything, and you got Asuka looking at her staring in the face going, "Bite me!"
Again, a reference to that frankly horrifying moment that didn't need any reference to it because it needed to be quietly brushed under the carpet.
Yeah. Now, for me, I thought that was clever, but it should have been Lynch saying it.
Absolutely.
And you go, "Bite me!" Oh, wait, you did.
Yeah.
Right? Now, to me, I was massively hoping to see Asuka versus Baszler.
Oh, absolutely. Just in a one-on-one match.
Yeah.
Just to see, a combined total of over 1,000 days as NXT Women's Champion to find out, finally, who the best one is.
Yeah. And what happened?
Nothing.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's not good. However,
yep.
as deep and fantastic and full of new people who are making their way in and everything, the current NXT women's division is...
Yep.
I can see a certain current champion possibly making her way into the top 3 of longest reigns before she's done.
No, I can't. I can see somebody winning the championship.
Really?
Who's she against? Last name, please.
Nah. No. For the simple reason...
Wait. No, WWE still owe her for all the good things she's been promising. I'm just taking the Meg there.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Even that,
WWE, do not need to give. Literally, they've already done it with Braun Strowman and with Bray Wyatt. They do not need to kick the wheels out from under another champion who needs a long reign to highlight the fact that they are like the next big thing.
Yeah, but they will. When they go up to the main roster, you know they will.
Yeah, you absolutely know they will. They will, but she needs to be allowed to have as long a time on,
Yeah, and you know what annoyed me even more?
Go on.
Okay. Baszler's just ripped through every opponent in the Elimination Chamber. By herself. Fine. Making her look like a legitimate threat to the man, Becky Lynch.
Who she'll lose to?
What?
Who she will then lose to?
I actually don't think that will happen. I think Shayna Baszler's going to possibly do it. Possibly.
No, to be honest,
unless
it would make perfect sense for her to, but this is WWE we're talking about.
And someone's not big on her.
Someone being... Does he have the initials VKM by any chance?
He's Vince McMahon, damn it! Rumour has it he's not big on Shayna and doesn't think she's up for it. She's game material as such. Supposedly.
Well, I think that's desperately unfortunate, but do you know if she's got a slight case of, they put her on the main roster, she has got a slight case of Batista syndrome, however.
Go on.
Like, she needs a rocket put under her, she needs to be the champ, and it needs to happen fast because she's old. She hasn't got that long left at the top of her game.
I think that's also part of the reason why.
Girl's 40 already, if you believe what it says on her gear. It says 1980 on the back of her gear, and most people I know with a number like that being a year on their gear is the year they were born. So, bit of a giveaway.
Pretty much.
See also James Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, she has not got age on her side. And yeah, I was going to say, Vince McMahon not being a subtle gentleman, that's probably one of his reasons, one of his strikes against her.
Yeah. You know it.
Mm.
Now,
although...
Go on.
Would you tell her she's old and past it?
No.
Unless you were in a bomb-proof shelter 3 miles away. Because I fucking wouldn't.
Just no.
Just like I wouldn't tell Rhea Ripley to stop cutting her damn hair. I might think it, but that's where it would stay, as a thought, safely tucked in my head.
Right. Anyway.
Which an angry, crew-cutted woman hasn't cut in half with her bare fist.
Now, originally, we were going to end the show on just some of these information. However, I've got to bring up some topics that are going to have to be very, very quickly.
We're going to have to do them quick, but yeah, go for it.
Yeah, originally we were going to cover AEW Revolution.
Yes, but since neither of us has still managed to see it...
No, I've watched it.
Oh, okay.
You haven't. Unfortunately, I feel as though we wouldn't be able to do it justice if it's just myself. I could possibly do it as a side project on my own, but I believe it might be better off waiting for JB to watch it, and we can possibly do a review of that show retrospectively.
Yes. Does AEW have a website / on-demand service / network type deal?
I believe
basically
they do.
A place where I can watch the show, having not seen it live.
I believe that they may do. Please check out on their website as such. And believe me when I say this, you've got plenty of content going around where you can actually watch it. Highly recommend it. Absolutely amazing show. And it was even more shocking this week with AEW, with the last AEW Dynamite show, when you even had Jake the Snake Roberts on the damn show.
Nice.
Right. Interrupting Cody Rhodes.
Hmm.
No, I know you're thinking. Okay, you're saying, you didn't beat me fair and square. I'll for all intents and purposes, get your ass down here, and you say to me, to my face, you beat me fair and square. I'll hold up my hands up and say, Jake Roberts walked down because I had to interrupt you, because quite frankly, I'm sick and tired. I couldn't stand it one more second of hearing you whine like a little bitch.
Fairly to the point.
Basically.
Hmm.
And it was like, oh my God. And he's like, basically, I'm here to claim you. To remove you, Cody. I don't know. And by the way, I don't mean take you out as a wrestler. Take you out of your involvement and take over your section of ownership of AEW potentially, from the sounds of it.
Right.
Right, which sounds, ooh. And he issued massive threats. And the last line, and I won't forget it because what a line it was. I was always told to never turn your back on anybody you respected or scared of. Promptly drops the mic and turns his back to Cody and walks out.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, anyway, I've got to bring up a topic. I'm going to avoid using the reason why.
Hang on, you're going to mention something, but not why you're mentioning it. This could get complicated.
The reason being is when this subject got mentioned at a show recently, it pretty much had the crowd go empty, and we don't want to do that on a broadcast. All I'm going to say is WWE has instituted a no-touch policy at meet and greets.
The sort of thing that you would perhaps have thought might already be in place anyway. But is this due to an unfortunate incident or due to the potential for the virus spreading?
I was trying to avoid it.
It's for health and safety reasons. It's not for the fact that someone's got a bit handsy with one of the women and they've slapped him and put a lawsuit on him and it's all very nasty, and it's not for anything like that.
Correct. Basically, we'll cover it. We'll mention it and forget it. I'll take the rest. I'll take one for the team. Basically, the reason why WWE has instituted a no-touch policy at meet and greets is due to the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And it's unusual, but basically, it's like, a statement was made, the average responder of the ongoing coronavirus, wanting to protect their workers and possibly others, policy meet and greets, which has been started from the most recent weekend. Undertaker and Braun Strowman appeared at a big event in New York City. Neither engaged in the usual fan interaction. Braun would do fist bumps, but they would otherwise unable to shake fans' hands or get in close for photos. Which is a massive, massive shame.
Yeah, it really is.
Also, Sasha Banks was also had a signing over the weekend and wore gloves for the event, sharing a photo on Twitter, thanking everyone for not getting her sick.
Oh, isn't that sweet of her?
At least they're doing a bit of tongue-in-cheek, but be careful.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game to play.
It is. With WrestleMania less than a month away, it seems likely that the policy will continue into WrestleMania Access and other Mania week activities. Sponsored by WWE, and fans should be aware of that heading into the event if you're hoping to hug your fans. Which it is a massive shame because that could affect one of the biggest wrestling events on a massive scale.
Yeah, it could be a problem. It really could. However,
It
if
is.
there's one person in the world I'm sure is probably quite pleased about that, given her semi-recent change of heart.
Go on.
What's that? I don't have to hug the sheep anymore. Hooray! Thinks Bailey.
I was thinking more Brock Lesnar.
What was Bailey's whole gimmick about?
No, I was thinking of the fact that of how much of a people person Brock Lesnar is. Oh wait, he isn't.
I see what you... Yeah. No, not subtle enough.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't subtle enough, so I just wanted to point that out. You know, one of the main guys who wasn't at Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
I think that's quite enough of that, but WWE is just trying to keep its talent and indeed its fans safe, so you can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
But I think we should probably move on now.
It's going to be moving on. So anyway, we're going to wrap this episode. I think that's where we're going to end this week's episode.
That's probably for the best.
Potentially. And what we're going to do is cut to the plug right now, which I'll just say them very, very quickly for this week, which is please check out the following plugs, which are UK Debray, also known as UK Wrestling Alliance, photography like Tony Knox, Jessica Servo Photography, K-Swift Photography. Check out wrestling schools like Manchester Pro Wrestling Academy and Pro Wrestling Academy Pro Wrestling. Barracks Wrestling Academy as well, and many others. We also recommend you check out JFX 3D, charities like Mine, Change, Health and Wellbeing, Message for Mine, Donna Louise. The information that they have on their sites could prove massively useful, and you could end up basically providing information to someone that may be desperate in need of it. You never know. On top of that, we also recommend you check out the lighter side of wrestling by checking out Botchamania. You're welcome, Matthew, and of course WrestleCrap.
Cheers, RD.
And of course OSW Review. You're welcome.
Nice
OSW.
one, guys.
Nice one, guys. Keep up the great work. We of course also recommend you check out Pull or Pass Radio show, which is hosted by none other than Magic Mark Adams, who I will state is an absolute amazing gentleman, and is available if you ever need to be ordained, he is the man to go to.
Apparently so.
And of course, we also recommend you check out We the Independent. You know who it's involving in, because I'm pretty sure he's got plenty to talk about potentially, especially in regards to a certain story involving him and WXW, even though he still wants to be there at the moment.
Yes.
Potentially.
But we're going to wait before we mention that anymore until a bit more develops. But as I say, if you really, really want to know, I'm sure you can hear it from him.
Directly, possibly on We the Independent. I recommend you check out Train Pop Culture, which is currently on Podbean at the moment, but I was chatting with some of the guys who run it. They could be expanding the podcast very soon. Once they do, I'll hopefully give them a massive shout on where they'll possibly spreading their wings towards.
I see.
On top of that, we've also got Think Wrestling, which is hosted by none other than Mr. Tom Baker.
Tom Baker, of course it is, yeah.
Especially his Talk Wrestling series, absolutely amazing. I, of course, recommend you check out Fabuloni, where it's party time all the time, where they do party packages, soft play and bouncer castle, magic show, mini disco, face painting and glitter art, stilt walking, balloon modelling, balloon decorating, fire and illusion show, and they are part of linked with Equity, and you can find them on Facebook, and as such, they are absolutely amazing. I recommend you check out Kayfabe Music UK. They are that good. I've got custom-made music from them. And as you probably full well know, they've done the custom-made music for The Burning Truth. We, of course, also recommend you check out Turnbuckle TV, where you can watch some amazing wrestling, British wrestling, and other wrestling shows, potentially 30 and 40 plus wrestling shows or companies.
Yeah, 30 or 40. I think it's nearly 40, and the number could continue to go up. Companies, each putting out more shows all the time. There's enough content there to keep you going for a good wee while.
Correct. And if you are wanting to sign up, I would massively appreciate if you did it to the link www.turnbuckletv.com/UKWA, or you can do it through the company you wanted to provide support for. We, of course, also recommend you check out your local wrestling show. Case in point, United Wrestling, Pro Wrestling for You, Slam Wrestling, Academy Pro Wrestling, Future Championship Wrestling, Fusion Pro Wrestling, the Barracks Wrestling, Venom Wrestling, who I will state, yes, originally did have a show originally scheduled for Sunday, but unfortunately did have to move it.
Yes.
Due to unfortunate reasons, but I believe their dates have been updated and scheduled on their social media. And I believe you were about to say Preston City Wrestling,
PCW, yeah. Falling Star, Future Shock,
yeah.
ICW. Just trying to think. Did you mention Wolf Run Pro Wrestling already?
Wolf Run Pro Wrestling, I did mention earlier.
Yeah. Plus, not to mention United Wrestling, Pro Wrestling for You. And the usual well of all the companies that I normally mention has gone completely dry. So, you mentioned Future Shock.
Yes, you mentioned them twice, and of course UKWA. But anyway,
UKWA, yeah.
If you're not sure where your local wrestling company is, there's an app, none other than Babyface Wrestling UK, where you can follow your companies or wrestlers that you support. Massively appreciate if you follow UKWA, and of course also follow Matt Burns. I would greatly appreciate that. And of course, there's a website for The Burning Truth, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com. You know what's on there, of course, but let's just state this. And, if you do go on the links section, please understand we cannot be held responsible for the external websites. And we also recommend you check out our social media, where if we do end up having to cancel episode or postpone it like we have done, please check out on our social media, which we are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. We do have past episodes on Spotify. We'll hopefully get them updated soon. And I believe that's a wrap up for this week.
Epic. That's cool. I love the fact that those plugs are getting quicker. So that's pretty much everything. But just remember, before we go, the usual reminder that, it's okay to not be okay. And mental health is always just as important as physical health. It
is massively important. When the thing is, almost every week we always say, stay well, stay safe. We don't just mean that physically, we also mean it mentally. Mental health is no joke. It is a serious matter. And as my colleague has just stated, it is okay to be not okay. We all have bad days. And, we do. We all have bad days. We really do. But also understand, don't suffer in silence as well.
Absolutely not. Do not be afraid to ask for help.
And it's not a weakness at all whatsoever. You could actually find out even more so that you are, more loved and more cherished than you could ever know. You could find out that you got people around you that may already know that that you are not in a good place, but are there for you to support you when you're ready. You never know.
Yeah.
But with that, that's going to be a wrap up for this week. So thank you very much for listening to this postponed episode of The Burning Truth and joining us on a Monday.
Yes, we will hopefully be back to our regularly scheduled Sunday night slot next week.
Hopefully, business permitted, but it could be a possibly later than usual episode. Who knows? If it is, we have to postpone it. You will be made aware of it. You will be made aware of it on our social media.
You absolutely will on our social media. As soon as we know that there may be a delay or an issue, we will of course pass it on and let you know.
Correct. And if there's going to be a cancellation, we'll make you aware of that as well. But please check out our next episode, which we aim to be out on a Sunday. And until then, please stay well, stay safe, and as always, please check out your local wrestling. I've been Matt Burns.
I've been John Bloor.
And
Thanks for listening.
And this has been The Burning Truth. Catch you later.
See you next week.